Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he is better than Umar radiyallahu anhu. He sallallahu alayhi wasallam on a Friday after Salatul Maghrib had a fever, felt feverish. So he asked Aisha radiyallahu anha to prepare the bed for him so that he could lie down sallallahu alayhi wasallam. His fever was very high. So he went to sleep sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the fever became worse until he lost consciousness sallallahu alayhi wasallam between Maghrib and Isha. And in those days people would not pray if the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam does not come out. They had to wait for him to come in order for them to pray Isha. So he sallallahu alayhi wasallam has lost his consciousness. Then he opens his eyes. Afaqa. He says, Asalla nas? Have the people prayed? They said, no, Ya Rasulullah, they are waiting for you. He said, okay, get me some water. Pour some water on me. They get some water and cloth. They dip it in the water and try to cool his body, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Then he feels better, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So he tries to stand up in order to go and lead salah. He loses consciousness again. He faints again, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. For some time he opens his eyes again. Asalla nas? Have the people prayed? He says, Ya Rasulullah, they are waiting for you. He says, no problem. Some more water. They give him water, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he tries to stand up, he faints again. The moment he opens his eyes, he says, Asalla nas? Have they prayed? He said, Ya Rasulullah, they have not prayed, they're still waiting for you. He said, get water, put it in many containers, then start like sprinkling the water on me. So they started splashing him with water, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, until his clothes got wet, and he said, I think that's enough, I feel better now. Now I'm going. And he stands up, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he faints again. Each time he faints, when he wakes up, the only thing on his mind is, have they prayed? So when he opens his eyes this time and he says, have they prayed? He said, no, Ya Rasulullah, they're waiting for you. He knows, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he is not going to manage. So he says, Muru Abu Bakr, command Abu Bakr to go and lead them in salah. Let him be the imam. So they asked Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu to lead the salah. He led that Salatul Isha, and the following day, which was a Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday, until Friday the following week, and Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday, 10 days, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He could not rise from his bed. He was praying in his house. He could not stand up, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Then on Monday, after Salatul Asr, rather before Salatul Asr, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam felt a little power come into his body. He thought, I think now I can manage to go to the mosque. I can manage to get into the masjid. He says, call me Ali and call me Abbas to come and lift me, to take me into the masjid. All this while, his heart is missing only one place, the masjid. You remember the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam talked about 7 people who will enjoy the shade on the day of resurrection, when there will be no shade except Allah's shade. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned among them, وَرَجُلٌ قَلْبُهُ مُتَعَلَّقٌ بِالْمَسْجِدِ, a man whose heart is attached to the masjid. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam didn't say, call me Ali and call me Abbas so that they can sit me outside in order for me to get some fresh air. The majority of us would want that. When you've been ill for a long time, 10 days, you didn't come out of the house, The first request obviously is I need to lie down somewhere, get some fresh air. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't ask for that. His heart was attached to the masjid. A man whose heart is attached to the mosque. They lifted him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, supporting him. And they brought him to the masjid. The salah had already started. And Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was leading the salah. The people in the jama'ah observed that the door in front, used only by the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, opened. And they felt a lot of hope. When he looked in sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they say his face shone like the moon. When Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was happy, his face would shine like the moon. They said he was so happy sallallahu alaihi wasallam to see what he taught them being practiced in his absence. He taught them salah, and here they are offering salah. He knows now, even if I die, this has been established. And Abu Bakr is in front. Allahu Akbar. Sami'a Allahu liman hamidah. When they see the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam coming in, everyone starts Subhanallah, Subhanallah, meaning Abu Bakr, move. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam has come. And Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, seeing the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, decides to move back. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, no, you can't move. Remain where you are. Abu Bakr was adamant. He says, after that, I could not bring myself, the son of so and so, to stand in front of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam leading him in salah. I could never do that. But the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam motioned to him to remain where he was. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sat down next to Abu Bakr. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say Allahu Akbar in a low voice, and he would pray while sitting, and Abu Bakr would shout Allahu Akbar. Abu Bakr is watching the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the people are watching Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. He prayed that salah, and after finishing the salah, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood up. He wanted to give them khutbah, his final khutbah. He stood up. He went to the minbar, but he could not stand sallallahu alaihi wasallam because he was too weak. For the first time in his life, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave his khutbah while sitting. He sat down. He said, Ayyuhan nas, all people, something has come close to me which is going to separate us. Meaning I'm about to go. I'm about to leave. If I hurt anyone, if I inflicted pain on any one of you, I am here. I want him to retaliate, take his revenge now. If I hurt you in any manner, here I am. Don't feel shy. I want to meet my Lord with a clear heart. If I inflicted pain on you, here I am. If I took anyone's money, all I possess is here. You tell me, and I will give it to you. I want to meet my Lord with a clear heart and a clear conscience. If I insulted anyone, or I abused any member of their family, I am here. I want you to retaliate. Don't feel shy, because we are about to be separated. And the man stood up and said, Ya Rasulullah, you owe me 2 dirhams. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Oh Bilal, give him 2 dirhams. And Bilal gave him 2 dirhams. Then he gave them, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his final advice. And his final advice sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was as-salah, as-salah wa ma malakat aymanukum. Salah, salah, and what your right hand possesses. Your slaves, the people who serve you, be good to them. Salah. You know, when a man is dying, he mentions only the most important things. When any one of us is dying and they get an opportunity to give wasiyah, usually we talk about the things which we think are very, very important. And the majority of us will talk about our children, my family, that uncle of mine, please do this money, take it. That is our last advice. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had one last advice. As-salah, as-salah. Because he knew sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that if salah is established, if people pray their salah sincerely, then everything is okay. If they pray 5 times a day, they will not steal. If they pray 5 times a day, they will not lie. If they pray 5 times a day, they will not insult. If they pray 5 times a day, they will respect one another.